Before you can have anyone compete in a navigation task, you have to add the team to the competition. You do this by selecting team list from the competition details page and then add team at the bottom of the page. We recommend that all participants register with the Airsports live tracking app before doing this. The participants will then be in the system already, and we just need to search for existing people. When I start typing the name, it automatically gives me suggestions and I can choose the correct person to participate. If I have found the one I'm looking for, I can click Use Existing Pilot, otherwise I will have to create a new pilot. The next step is to choose a co-pilot or navigator, or skip this entirely if you do not need one. On the third page you type in your aircraft registration number. If the aircraft is not in the list, it is automatically added to the list. Which flying club do you represent? And which country we represent. Finally, we select the desired speed. This can also be changed in the task, but it will be preset by what we enter here, so I select 70 knots. You also select the type of tracking you want, whether you want to use the pilot's app, the co-pilot's app, or a separate hardware GPS tracker. In the last case, you need to enter the tracking ID of the device, but for most cases it is sufficient to use the apps. Once the navigation task has been added and you have added the teams that will compete in the task, it is time to assign these teams to the task itself. Open the task and you have two options for creating contestants. The fastest option is to select Add Contestants from the top menu. Here you will get all contestants. You can select those that will participate and set parameters for separation in time and any delays between aircraft switching and so on. This feature will schedule all the selected teams so that aircraft will not overtake each other. There will be no overlap between multiple teams using the same aircraft and so on. Once the scheduling is complete, we get a nice timeline overview of when the different teams will be competing, and we're ready to go. If you want to change something for a contestant, you can click the name in the contestant list, which will give you detailed control of the timing for that contestant. If you want to create a contestant manually, we select New Contestant at the bottom of the contestant list. The participant number we can leave as default. Select the desired team from the list of teams. The tracker start time is the time when the tracking device will be associated with that contestant. If multiple participants use the same app or same tracker, we must be sure that they do not overlap in time, otherwise there will be a conflict, which will result in an error message when you try to save the contestant. So here we choose the date and time for when we want to start flying. We skip tracking device and ID, since this is done automatically when selecting the live tracking app. Select departure time. If this is difficult to know due to the traffic at the airport, choose a time in front of expected departure and select adaptive start. Then the time starts when the aircraft passes the start point. But remember that the start is based on the nearest full minute, so the contestant must still use a master watch to calculate the start point entry. Finished by time is the time where you must have crossed the finish gate, and it also controls your link to the tracking device. Because I use my own app and I do not have any penalty for the landing gate or start gate, I choose to give myself plenty of time if I have any delays, so I choose a time in the evening. With adaptive start, I have great flexibility to fly the route between start time and finish time. Here I can also adjust needed time to start gate, my desired flying speed and wind information. This is how easy it is to add a contestant, and we are now ready to fly the task.